Hey, have you ever thought about greed, envy, and jealousy? To answer the question, when am I greedy? The answer is, what makes you unhappy? Contentment with what you have is the opposite to greed. This is Walk and Talk 253, April 3rd. It's about 48 degrees, pretty chilly. But are you content? Are you happy? I'm praying for contentment. Contentment for me, contentment for you, to avoid greed. Good morning. To avoid envy, jealousy, more. Be content with what you have. Be happy with what you have. I'm looking at Proverbs chapter 11, verse 6, and it says, "You'll be trapped by your own greed." You'll be trapped by your own greed. The treacherous will be caught by their own greed. In other words, if you're not content, you're not happy with what you have, the Bible is saying in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 6, that you'll begin to create your own trap. You will create schemes, plans, maybe on purpose, maybe not on purpose, and by your own treachery, your own devious plans, you'll be trapped by your own greed. Greed is wanting more, and lust is a passionate greed, passionately wanting more, while at the same time not being content, not being happy with what you have currently. We go from being content to jealousy or greed or envy, and we begin to create plans. I want what that person has. And greed grows. Envy grows. Lust grows. And at some point, you find yourself trapped in a situation or a circumstance that you created yourself because you're not content. You're not happy with your current situation. The Bible is simply saying that when you live right, when you walk a life that is moral, that is God-honoring, you'll find contentment. You'll find happiness. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. It's April 3rd. It's 48 degrees. Avoid greed. Let me give you some practical suggestions. First off, greed. The sign of greed, first sign of greed is I'm not happy in my current circumstances. Happiness is this contentment I'm blessed with what I have. Currently, right now, I'm happy. I'm content. So ask yourself constantly, am I happy? If I'm not happy, question yourself. What's making me unhappy? If you're going to point the finger at other people, then the problem is not other people. The problem is you. Happiness or contentment is between you and God. The Bible is quite clear that if you're right with God, doing what's right before God, that's good enough. Many of us go through life struggling not just with other people, but we struggle with God. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Be right. Proverbs 11:6 says, the righteousness of the blameless, the righteousness of the upright will rescue you. I'm encouraging you, be right, honor God, and your life will be vertically healthy. Do what's right in the sight of God, and God will bless you. The blessing is, I'm right with God. I'm doing what's right with God. And God gives you His unconditional love. Practical suggestion. God's love for you is good enough. God's protection of you is good enough. Live your life day to day vertical, not horizontal. Yes, you have to be a part of family, you have to be a part of friendships, you have to be a part of people's groups. But I'm encouraging you to remember that first and foremost, your happiness is between you and God. Practical suggestion, do what's right in the sight of God and be content. Contentment is vertical. Happiness is vertical with you and God. If honoring God is not enough, if honoring God is not enough, you could be slipping toward greed, toward envy, toward jealousy. So, first and foremost, practical suggestion to avoid greed, to avoid lust, to avoid jealousy, do what's right before God. Be content with God. If God says never lie, then don't lie. If God says never cheat, then don't cheat. If God says be kind, if God says forgive, then forgive. Then be kind. Practical suggestion. Usually, contentment is challenged by comparisons. Sometimes we call it competition, but usually when we start comparing what we have to what somebody else has, jealousy kicks in, greed, lust. Happiness is not based upon what somebody else has. Happiness, the foundation of happiness, the foundation of contentment, is based upon what you have with God. Vertical. Horizontal, when you see your neighbor, when you see your friend when you see somebody else and you start comparing what they have to what you have. Comparisons can be good, but it can be bad. Because it's so easy to go from comparing to enter into jealousy or envy, and then into competing, and then into greed and lust. The Bible, from the Ten Commandments, talks about no envy, no greed, no hostile takeover. Don't use your power in any kind of comparison or competition to get more of whatever, more status, more money. Be careful that you use your life to honor God. A greedy person doesn't care about God. A person that's filled with hurtful, shameful lust doesn't care about God, is not content with honoring God. In this walk and talk, I'm encouraging you, be careful that you don't create a trap for yourself. Wanting more will not make you happy or more happy. Usually wanting more, if you're not happy right now in your circumstance with God, will end up creating a trap. And you'll be hurt. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Avoid greed, avoid lust. Remember, the foundation of contentment is between you and God. Love God. Love God. Honor God in all things. And right there is where you find happiness and contentment. Be careful that you don't move into a negative comparing, because that could move into competition or greed or lust, jealousy, envy. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Ask yourself, are you happy? Are you content right now? Or do you need more? More can push you toward greed. You might be already on the track of jealousy. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Avoid greed, avoid lust. Be passionate about honoring God. Be passionate about happiness, joy, peace. Be passionate about obeying God. And God will create an environment for you. And between you and God, joy and love and happiness bubbles over. When you go and start competing, and it moves negatively toward greed, wanting something so bad that you abuse someone, hurt someone, steal from someone, I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Be careful. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Be careful not to move into comparison. They have what I want. And that comparison begins to move toward competition or greed or theft or some crime. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 6 says, the righteousness of the upright will rescue you. Doing what's right with God will rescue you. But when you're treacherous, you'll be caught up by your own greed. Let me give you a practical suggestion. More is not better. More could be a path involving greed, involving lust. More could be moving away from God, moving toward greed, toward a treacherous trap that can destroy you. This is Walk and Talk 253. It's April 13th. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 11, verse 6. Avoid greed, avoid lust, avoid jealousy and envy. Be content. Be happy now. We want to invite you to worship with us this coming Sunday at 9:30 and 11, First Baptist Church, Tempe, Arizona, 4525 South McClintock. You can contact, if you would, contact the church office, 480-839-0926. You can visit us on the website, fbc-tempe.org. Any staff member would be happy to help you. Today's a great day for joy, for happiness. Be content. Have a great one.